Hello again, this is Bernie. I've been asked to do a video on changing motors on this Syma 107 helicopter. Now it's quite simple to do. Now if you look closely you can see that tag holds the motor on. I've actually broken this one because I did it the wrong way myself, but you live and learn and make mistakes as we go along, but I'm going to show you how to do it the easy way. Now the motors are only pushed in, but they're held in with these little tags, and I've taken the canopy off. So the best way to do it is just remove this one here which holds the canopy on, the little post that sits there. Move that aside and remove these two screws here as well. Then everything becomes loose like that. Okay. Now I would use a pair of pointed pliers and I forgot them to bring with me. So if you just pull those little spacers off, one and that white one there, they sit on these little black posts you can see there, and they're easy to come off sometimes. This one doesn't want to come off for some reason. But anyway, once you've got those spacers off, then this panel is easily removed. That's the other way to do it. There it is. And you can pull the whole thing apart. It actually bends the motherboard very, very slightly, but if you undo these screws here you can get away with that, and it will just lean back a little bit. And then when you get the motor, just pull it out like that, and as you can see I've changed the wire there where I changed the motor once before. I cut the wire and soldered them back on and insulated them, and you can see the two colours of the wires, a red and a white, a red and a blue one there, and a black and a white one. If you change the motor over when you get the new motor, it's a simple matter just to put it in, and if the rotor turns the wrong way, then just change the wires over. And when you put the motor back in, keep those wires that side of it, because then they won't pinch on the main chassis like that, and just push it back in until it meshes with the gears there, and you can see the gears turning, and it's meshed in quite well there. Now when you put this back together, put your little white spacers back onto the black plastic pins. There you go. There you go. Should use a pair of pointed pliers, but never mind. And again, this one, the one I broke before, goes back onto the two little pins there. Oops. Sorry. Don't do it that way. Put the panel back on first. Oops, my mistake. There you go. Put the panel on first, and then put the spacers back on. Come on, Bernie, do it properly. And there you go. Right, panel first, spacers second. Okay. Then just put your screws back in, again with your little magnetic screwdriver. And one thing I will mention, when you put these screws into here, they're plastic. They're going into plastic, so if you just unscrew it a little bit like that, okay, until you feel the thread take up. There's a little tiny click there, you can actually feel it, and then you go back into the same thread and not cross thread it, because once you cross thread it then you're going to have a few problems putting them in again, and if you ever have to do anything again. So just put your screw in there, get it nice and level, turn it backwards, only have to go about half a turn, you can see it clonk in there, and then as soon as you feel that, just turn it back in and just tighten them up. Now tighten the bottom ones up here as well, and the plates will be in position, and that's it really. It's in there, and it works fine. I replaced this one some time ago, and put your battery with your double-sided tape back in there, put your little light on, stick the canopy back on, job done. It's exactly the same for the rear one. The only difference is the wires come across here, and you want to make sure that the wires go back roughly to where they were originally, and then you won't really have a problem with it. Just put that one back in to hold the canopy back on, and that's it. The motor's been out, change the wires, put it back in. Same with the rear one. There's nothing holds them in at all, only these two little tags, and they're in position, but they are quite a tight fit in there, so they're quite easy to fit. You don't have to take the gearbox apart or anything like that, so it's very, very simple to replace. Okay, there you go. Thanks for watching.